Hi, welcome back to Sailing with Sophie. Here we are in lovely Alameda, California. I'm here attending the Women's Sailing Seminar.
Everything we do on the boat has life and death consequences. I mean, we all want to focus on the fun, easy sailing days, but today I'm going to talk about the emergencies that we have on board the boat.
It is the 24th year of this seminar.
Have fun, you guys. Thank you.
It's a conglomeration of incredible women sailors that have done incredible things in this world and founded amazing organizations, teaching and sharing with us younger, newer, less accomplished sailors.
Forward is all the way up. Neutral, you feel like a little click, you can do that. And then reverse is just past that click.
This is a great place for sharing and learning and for women to come together and be away from their responsibilities a little while and sail and learn their skills.
All right. So what I need you to do is you're going to pull in the stern a little bit to get our bow pointing up. Okay. I'm going to hold the midship just here. Go ahead and jump on.
You want me to jump on?
Go ahead and jump on.
Get rid of the line?
Yeah. Okay, now put it up in first. Steer to the right.
I'm attending this seminar because I'm really interested in women sailors. I really was kind of looking for some mentors and some people that could inspire me in my path, and I found them. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're involved here?
Well, my role in preparation was getting all the boats. So we have fabulous boat owners that loan us their boats for the whole weekend. Some of them trust us enough they don't even go on board when we take their boats out. So I organize the boats and teaching all day yesterday and all day today.
And so what's your sailing history? How did you get started?
I lucked into it. Through a series of nice coincidences, I ended up being invited to race on an all-women's sailing team on a 23-foot boat, and at the time I didn't understand it, but in hindsight it was such a gift because I didn't know anything, and they took me on. So for 2 years, every Friday night we raced, and that was the start.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I was hooked, and then a member of ours, we connected and he became my mentor. What was great about him is he could see where my ability was versus my confidence. Women's confidence doesn't keep up with their abilities. Men's confidence, or the way they project it, often exceeds their abilities.
Absolutely, that's about where I'm at.
Yeah. So he would push me. I mean, and one time literally, I was on his boat and I turned around and he had literally cast me off from the dock by myself. And I went, Ben. And he goes, you know what to do, you better turn around and pay attention. And he turned his back and walked away. So that'll make you realize what you can do.
Best way to learn how to sail, get pushed off the dock.
So, yeah, literally. So just, you know, I've had some amazing people that have supported me through the years. And then the longer you do it, and especially when you start teaching, that really helps your confidence.
Yeah.
Because that makes you realize how much you do know.
Later in the day, I had the pleasure of talking with Linda Newland, who is the co-founder of the Women's Sailing Seminar. Linda is the current president of the National Women's Sailing Association. She also still holds the fastest single-handed solo sailing record for a woman from San Francisco to Japan.
My passion for trying to get women empowered to really enjoy sailing started with my own experience. I started sailing here on the estuary in a Columbia 22 with a man who became my husband, but not for long. We knew nothing about sailing. We ended up motoring our boat up and down the estuary, not even knowing how to put the sails on the boat for probably 6 months to 8 months. We were so illiterate when it came to boating that we didn't really know what we didn't know. So that's when I decided to start learning more technical information.
So it's on automatic now, no leaks right. It's set to 298, which is the course to get us out of the estuary. And he's got us at, we're doing
298. It's a compass heading.
Not too long after that, we were on the bay one afternoon. This was a pivotal point in my life. We had no reef points and it was blowing probably 15 and it got up to 20, and we took a knockdown south of the Bay Bridge. My husband said, gosh, you know, he started cursing the boat, saying, there's something wrong with the boat. Well, I said, I think it's us, not the boat. We just don't know what we're doing out here. You know, it's dangerous without knowing. And so he got angry and said, well, I'm leaving right now, and you can get the boat back any way you can. And a friend came by in a powerboat. He waved him over, jumped on the powerboat, and left me in the bay with the boat. So I sat there for a few minutes and just got angry and said, I'm going to get this boat back to the slip one way or the other, but I'm going to get it back and I'm not going to call for help. And so I figured it out, even though I had never steered it before. So I got it turned around, got with the sails, and sailed down the estuary, and eventually got the sails down, got the engine started, and got back in the slip without any mishap. So that pretty much ended that relationship. You know, it was very empowering for me to be able to do that, and I thought, you know, if I can do this, other people can rise to the occasion, and so that's the mission I started on for myself. I really began to realize that women did learn differently than men. It's not right or wrong, it's just that the approach and gender confidence was a little bit different for both the groups. And so I began thinking that maybe it would be a good idea to have a safe environment for the women where they could discuss what they were doing and to feel comfortable and not afraid that somebody would laugh at them that might know more than they did, and they could, you know, try their wings on their own.
Yep. Actually, you're going to want to be quick on your feet too. Okay, ready, go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Woohoo! Gretchen, you rock!
Go, Gretchen!
Let's move up a little bit. Ease it off. Ease it off. Move up. Good up. Woohoo! You landed that puppy.
Another class I attended was Suddenly Single-Handed. I've been seriously sailing for the past year, but I've been into sailing for probably the past 5 years. So I'm way less experienced than you guys, so if I start crying, that's why.
I don't think she'll cry. So it's interesting because you're coming up through learning the maintenance and the fixing on the way. So you're not just stepping on this brand new fiberglass thing that you don't know. So what she has the knowledge is great.
Oh, I had to service my outboard the other day. I just figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Outboards and machines from hell.
Yeah, I curse my outboard, but you know, I love it when she starts and I'm out in the bay.
Yeah, and especially you can say, I fixed it, right?
Yeah.
You did it yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is my awesome instructor, my favorite instructor at the Women's Sailing Seminar. This is Margaret. Why are you here and how long have you been coming to this?
I was asked to teach this about 14 years ago. I'm a professional sailor, and I also wanted to bring more women into sailing because all I was seeing at that time were a few women racers and women who were like, oh, my boyfriend wants to go, my husband wants to go, my partner wants to go. I'm like, you know what? You need to be a skipper on the boat, whether it's your boat or their boat. So that was my goal.
And that's still kind of happening, and so I can't imagine what it was like 14 years ago.
It was really bad.
You're sailing as a couple, especially offshore. You're solo sailing on every watch.
What's really cool is a lot of younger women like yourself are getting into it. They're getting their own boats. They're getting enthused. They're taking charge. And it's a whole new take charge generation, which is really, really good. So I saw the middle of that, the beginnings of that, and now it's really happening.
I took a class yesterday with you. It was called Suddenly Single-Handed.
Well, actually, that particular class was designed by my friend Linda Newland, who, by the way, holds the solo San Francisco-Okinawa record for sailing. One of the big things for me is that people need to learn how to sail before they attempt something like an offshore passage. And so this class was designed to remind, hopefully, not just teach, people what they need to do if they're on their own and they're used to sailing with a crew or a skipper. Suddenly Single-Handed addresses, you know, okay, your other person on the boat, you know, is no longer there. They're either ill or incapacitated or they've gone overboard.
That would be hard to do with water.
Yep, it is. if you can bring her up. Now you better find a winch somewhere. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm cold! Hurry up, princess!
We focused quite a bit on the overboard aspect and worked on crew overboards to retrieve a person from the water using the life sling.
So the commands are, prepare to cast off. And you guys say, ready. 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 Okay. Cast off, board at the shroud.
Knowing what your course was when you left, knowing how to read a compass, how to get back to the person if you lose sight of them. I've done so much offshore sailing that in my mind, there is nobody out there except you, and you have to deal with it. And I think if people were to approach it from that standpoint and not rely on everybody rescuing them, that they might actually do better. So what about the class did you like the best? What was like the point?
Probably getting exposed to you.
Thanks, good luck. Thank you.
No, really, it's this conference, this is the Women's Sailing Seminar in Alameda, and this is really great. There's some high caliber women sailors here, so I'm in heaven.
She's loving it. So we make a lot of connections here. So one of the things that we should do as a takeaway from this is tell everybody, you know, get together with that person you met and go sailing. Just go do it. Get on the water.
For the complete interviews with Linda Newland and Margaret Spencer, please visit our website, sailingwithsophie.org. Thanks for watching. Tune in to the next episode of Sailing with Sophie.